In the recent past, we've often been limited by the skills we've acquired over the years because learning a new skill takes time and mastering one takes even more so. This has often seen many of us confined to a particular domain or industry despite having multiple interests. But with the rapid growth of AI in the past couple of years, this narrative has completely flipped. In a recent interview, Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, said, "In the next 5 years, AI will create more millionaires than internet did in the past 2 decades." And I couldn't agree more because we are in a very unique time where AI tools are enabling one-person teams. So you don't need to wait to acquire the right skill or find the right co-founder before you try something out. Anyone can just bring their ideas to life with this team of AI tools.
What do I always say? Anyone can cook.
I would say we're seeing a rise of a new generation of individuals, what I'm calling the modern day polymaths. I know that's a loaded term. There's a bunch of definitions for what a polymath is, but the simplest one is a person who knows a lot about a lot of different subjects. And this is what AI is enabling every individual to be. With this new shift, we're seeing a growing number of indie hackers who are quickly building out MicroSaaSes, and they're also doing their own marketing, helping them find product market fit. The ideas, because they are MicroSaaSes, they solve for a very specific or a niche problem, one which these individuals or their friends have experienced themselves in their daily workflows or lives. And because of the nature of the problem, the solution itself is pretty straightforward. Now, what makes this process even more simpler is idea validation has become incredibly fast. In the early days, coding full apps used to take a lot of time. Sometimes you even needed to acquire a new skill set or learn a new tech stack due to technical constraints. And idea validation was compulsory because you didn't want to dive into the whole process and commit to it before you knew what you were getting into if there was a real opportunity there. But now you can do it with AI, and in many cases it has become completely redundant as well. So it's as simple as actually prototyping your idea, tweeting about it, seeing if there's interest, and then doubling down or pivoting to a new idea. There's also some cases where you're working in a pre-validated market, so all you have to do is make a 1% improvement on an existing solution to capture that 1% mindshare of an existing market. And in cases where you absolutely must do research, there's tools like Perplexity that are making this process very simple and delivering quality insights, allowing you to do research in just a matter of hours. Now, once the MVP itself is out, distribution has become easier too. With the advent of the internet, we saw people get together, people being connected from across the globe. People found each other with shared interests and built communities around these connections. Some of them were more casual around topics like fandoms, while others were more actionable around topics like hobbies, work, and life. Now, this latter group is constantly looking for ideas and solutions that make their workflows easier or just improve their lives. Uh, a simple, well-worded search can help you find these communities, reach out to them on platforms like Reddit and X. And active members from these communities are more often than not looking to give good, honest feedback when you talk about what you're working, how you're trying to solve a problem. They're also willing to be early adopters, knowing full well that there may be some rough edges early on. You can even cast a wider net on platforms like Substack, improve SEO, or rank high on product discovery platforms like Product Hunt. Now, once this is done, once you have your audience, all you got to do is listen to them, listen to their feedback, and integrate it to make sure you can hold on to them. The one essential thing here is being a good judge of what's essential, because you're going to get a lot of feedback if you're doing it right. With that said, this brings me to the second part of distribution, the actual content. There's a bunch of tools available at our fingertips today to create a wide variety of content. You want to create written content, you can use things like Claude and ChatGPT right out of the box. Or there's SaaSes which people are building to improve the workflow, specific kinds of writing and things whatnot. Apart from that, if you want to do video, there's tools like Podcastle and Descript with their set of AI features that make editing super simple. If you want to create faceless content, which is doing well recently, and maybe even user generated content, so it shows like other people are talking about your product, there's tools like Runway, Kling, Pika Labs that are making this process super simple. You just have to enter a prompt and they'll generate the entire video for you. Now, if you're tech savvy and you want to go a step further, there's tools like Zapier and Anytime, which let you design entire workflows, right from ideation, the actual content creation, to scheduling and posting the stuff, analytics. People get crazy with these workflows. So basically, the world's your oyster here. You can do a lot with content creation. And what makes these microsasses even more appealing is the scope of them, the maintenance of them. So, by their very nature, they're solving for a very specific or a niche problem, which makes the solution pretty straightforward. And once you have this built out, the maintenance is pretty straightforward and simple. All you got to do is address feedback from your users, make minor tweaks, fix bugs if needed, and make sure you're like staying up with the technological advancements to keep your product relevant. So bottom line here is that if you have a laptop and an idea that's solving a genuine problem for at least some people, you are good to go. This is the golden era of the micro SaaS. So why am I telling you all of this? What's the purpose of this video? Well, I've always wanted to build a SaaS, but I've given myself excuses. There's something else that gets in the way. And in the past, I've seen waves like these, trends like these, the NFT boom, the crypto bull cycle, whatnot, come and go, and I've just been a witness. I don't want to be in that position again. If I see a trend, I want to be at the forefront of it. And this is a challenge that I'm giving myself. Over the next 30 days, I'm going to be going through the entire process of building a SaaS, which includes doing the validation, building it from scratch using AI tools, doing the marketing, the posting, reaching out to these communities, the framework that I've laid out, and just getting these things done, and in the process seeing if I can generate some monthly recurring revenue. Most of all, it's a learning opportunity for me. I am a little nervous because I've never done this before, but it's also going to be fun, and I'm going to document the entire process. I'm going to be building in public so that I can share these learnings with you guys every day. I'm going to try to log these. So if you're building something or you're interested in building something, let's do so together. Do follow me, do stay updated with these logs that I do, and drop in the comments what you think you're going to be building, what challenges you might have, and I might try to address them in one of my future videos. So that's why I'm stating all of this. And none of this is just me putting out some textual information there. This framework that I've laid out has been done by many individuals whose stories I've seen live on Reddit, on Twitter. They've been posting about the entire process, about what they've achieved, how they've gone about it. These guys have actually started making some monthly recurring revenue from it, either doing this as a side hustle or even shifting it to their primary business, and then gaining some financial freedom. So there's a great opportunity here, and I want to make the most of it while it lasts. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace.